Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Ketubot page 43, which discusses the laws of inheritance. That in the event that there is not a lot of money to go around, and you have sons, daughters, and of course the widow, the wife of the man who had died, the question is, what do we do as far as mazonos, providing sustenance for these people? So in the event of just focusing on the son and the daughter, or multiple sons and multiple daughters, so we say that if there's only enough food for either the boys or for the girls, we are going to require the boys to figure out how to get their own food. They'll have to even knock on doors and beg if they need to. However, when it comes to the girls, we automatically will provide mazonos. And as we've discussed previously, it shows the sensitivity that we have toward women, that we don't want them to have to beg and knock on doors, in which when it comes to boys, perhaps they could do so and it's not as embarrassing or something in which will be as difficult for them to do. Now, what happens when it comes to the mother or the widow versus the daughters? If there's only enough for one of them, only for the mother, who is a well-established older woman, or the daughter, who is younger. So out of the two, if we don't have enough food to go around, who should we give food to, and who should we say needs to go collect? So in this, the Talmud here says that we will give the food to the widow. She will be able to eat off of the estate and be able to sustain herself without worry. And the daughter, the girl, will have to go knocking on doors. And the reason the Talmud says is le'inyan ziluta al manaso adifale. And when it comes to doing something which is lowly or disgraceful, or perhaps a bit embarrassing, of knocking on doors and begging, it's even more disgraceful for the older woman to do so than for the younger one. And certainly this is something to think about and to debate, but the Talmud understands that this woman who is older, who is established and experienced in her life, for her to have to go around and start begging for food when she had perhaps a life of comfort for many years, that's something which is very, very degrading. When it comes to a child, it's of course not something which we would wish, but out of the two, we would say let the child go and ask for food. However, this older woman, we're going to try to be more sensitive to, which teaches us many, many lessons, but certainly one is that we have to certainly think about the widow in particular and understand the challenges that she had having lost her husband, of course these children having lost their father, but recognizing that having to go and beg for food at that stage of her life would be an extremely embarrassing and disgraceful thing for her. And therefore we also have to be sensitive. If we know of people that are under certain circumstances, that are struggling and are unfortunately do not even have food to put on the table, how we have to try our best to make sure that they are not uncomfortable and that they shouldn't have to knock on doors, but maybe we should knock on theirs with some food.